Hello friends, welcome to this session. And in this session we are going to create a virtual machine over the Google Cloud Platform, that's a GCP. So not wasting much time, we will start. So this is the basically console of GCP, and in this console we are going to use the Compute service. So let me search here. So Compute Engine service will basically provide the virtual machine configuration where we are going to create virtual machine over the console here. And this is my console for the creating the virtual instance. So we here creating the virtual instance, we have the facility of the instance template, sole tenant node, machine image. So these are the different components. We will see each components in details. So in this particular session we are going to create an instance. So let's start. So I'm just going to create an instance here. You can see at the top the button create instance, and there is a import VM also there. So that is also facility if you want to import your existing VM image, that you can do here. Okay, so the create instance will give the configuration over here. So this is a detailed configuration. We will understand each section in this particular page. So the name of your instance which you want to create. So if you want to change your VM, so we can say that's my first VM, first GCP VM. Okay, so if you want to give that label to basically make your tagging here, so you can create a label here. Okay, so it says that you have to use all lowercase. Okay, label here, you can create labels here for your instance. So let's say we give the name here and my first GCP VM. So it's again said only hyphen underscore lower character. So again you have to give the only lowercase in your value. So here we'll give the my virtual machine. So this is basically identical. Name also we should make the name lowercase. Okay. So here we given the name, the my label as the virtual machine. The name is the my GCP, first GCP VM. Okay. So let's move the next configuration. So the region you want to choose where you want to deploy your VM. So that's a different configuration of your region. So in the America section, you can see Europe, Asia Pacific. You can choose based on your base latency use cases. So here we'll basically takes the default one. So that's the US central one, and in region on which data center you want to install your VM. So like US central 1, A, B, C and F. So basically this is install particular zone on which department you want to permanently deployed. So this basically two configuration from your where you want to locate your virtual machine. The next configuration comes the machine configuration. So there are the four different section: machine family, that's a general purpose, compute optimize, memory optimize and GPU. So this is basically based on your requirement, you what machine type you need. So you need what kind of configuration your machine. So like how many CPUs, what are your RAM configuration, that is basically required here. So this is a different high configuration, high memory, the high CPU. So there is a 2 virtual CPUs there, 4 virtual CPUs, 8 virtual CPUs, 32 virtual CPUs also there. So there is a 32 GB RAM configuration also. So basically this is configuration of your virtual machine, what configuration you require for your virtual machine. So here we will basically take the E2 macro for our basically demo section. So we are not going to take the bigger virtual machine because we don't need such bigger, but you can choose here from your configuration based on your requirement. So there's the E2, N2, N2D. So these are different configuration for your machine. So this E2 is CPU platform selected based on availability, N2 powered by the Intel Cascade Lake and the CPU platforms, N2D is powered by the AMD. So this your again change of your platform completely from Intel to AMD. So that's basically give the flexibility of your deployment of your machine configuration. So general purpose, if you go the compute optimize, there is also C2 is there. In the memory you can see the M1 type is there, and the GPU is there's a different graphical process unit. You can see the NVIDIA having the different kind of configuration there. So how many GPU required for your particular use case? Let's move back to general purpose and let's take the default E2 micro. So this particular instance having the 1 CPU and 1 GB RAM. So this is very small CPU, but yeah, it's okay for our demo purpose. So based on your configuration did here, it will take your estimation of your monthly. So if you change here, what's your configuration? So it will also impact your monthly costing. So this basically monthly costing, that's your futuristic, the estimation of your virtual machine which you are going to deploy here. So the next configuration, if you see the display device, so if you want to enable screen capturing or recording tools, you can enable this configuration, enable display device. The confident VM service confidential, and enable confident compute service on the VM instance. So this will basically see this require the following settings to work. By enabling the following will be updated in this one. So series of N2D machine type. So basically this having the some requirement is basically you have to enable in particular your virtual machine. So I'm not creating here, we are going to default one, but yeah, so this basically adding the protection on your data in basically keeping your memory of this encrypted with the key of the Google, basically doesn't have this access. Okay, so if you want to create a VM for your container deployment, you can create the same configuration here. So if you want to deploy container image on this particular VM, so you can that configure from here. So this container image, which image you want to deploy, this is basically completely configuration of your container. So run privilege, if you want to give the admin access and the privilege for particular container, you can configure here. The argument, environment variable, mounting of your external for your container, so that is also given the configuration here. So while deploying your VM, you can also configure container deployment section here. So I'm not taking here because we are taking the very basic configuration here. So the next is a very important disk, boot disk. So what are our basically hard drive, what are our image, what image are going to deploy. So that is comes here. So default one basically takes the persistent disk. The default size is 10 GB, and image it will take the Debian Linux 10. So if you want to change that configuration, so you can see here, so what kind of configuration you can change in the boot disk. So you want to choose the operating system of your VM, so that you can change from here. So what operating system you need, so you can take whatever you require, that's Ubuntu, SUSE, Windows, Red Hat. So you can choose your operating system, you can change the your operating system version. So there's a Debian, because we choose here Debian. If you choose the Windows, let's see, and this will give the again the different Windows configuration. So there is a server 2019 data center. So these are basically giving the different configuration of your OS related. So we will take the Debian here as a default one. Okay, and here it's basically the disk type. So there is a 4 different disk type supports by GCP. So you can take the HDD and SSD, so based on your requirement, and here the performance is also matter here. So the hard drive will basically takes a performance latency, but if you need more performance, you can use the SSD. The size of your disk, so if you want to configure your disk size, you can do that. If you want to keep the advanced configuration in your boot, so if I delete my instance, I still need my data of my disk, you can keep the boot disk enable here. So deletion rule, if you delete the your instance, it will delete your disk also. By default, the delete disk is enable. If you want to encrypt your disk data, so you can take the default manage encryption key by the GCP. If you want to use your key. So you can CM EK, you can use customer manager encryption key, same as you can also use the customer supplied encryption key. So the encryption of your basically disk. If you want to create the device name, you can make the custom device name, because why you are persisting taking your disk name, so you should use basically identical device name. So you can configure your device name here. Okay, so this is all about the boot disk configuration. The next section is the custom image. If you want to take any custom image which are basically available here, we don't have available because we have not created. But if you want to take any other custom image which we have created, normally custom image use where you need a specific configuration set, so you are using that. So based on your requirement, every time you don't need to configure your application level, you are using the custom level configuration. Same as you can create the snapshot from the particular image, and if you want to use that particular snapshot, you can use here. If you have that existing disk like the same which we have discussed, you can choose your existing disk and you can attach here. So that's 4 different configuration in a boot disk you can use for your creating VM. So let's move forward with the default configuration. This is the identical API access. So here you basically have to assign what kind of your identical access. This is basically your compute engine default service account. So what account you are using, that's a service account. So this basically used while you want to create your instance and manage your instance using the API. So basically if you want to create a VM using the Terraform script, so I should use the particular service account. So this is basically access scope. So you can create different access scope. That's allow default access, allow full access to all cloud APIs, set access for the each API. So that's you can restrict based on your configuration. So basically you can see here. So selects the type of API access grant the VM. So default takes that read only access to storage and service management right. So this is your default configuration, and if you want to change that configuration, you can change here. Okay, the next is the firewall. So basically the tag firewall rule allow the specific network traffic from internet. So if you want to allow HTTP traffic, you can enable and here. So same way we will also attach the firewall, that will discuss the separate in the firewall section, but here yeah you can attach your firewall configuration here. So the next configuration is the bigger one. Here you can see the networking, disk, security management and sole tenancy. So let's go for the detailed configuration understanding. So networking, basically it will attach your tag here, and while creating your firewall, particularly this tag will use for the assigning all your configuration for one particular instance. So if you give the tag here test, so if you next time if you want to use the deployment of particular firewall rule, you should assign to test. It will automatically take all your instance which are using this particular network. Okay, the next one is the network interface. So here this is default network interface, but if you want to use the custom network interface, that also you can configure. So this is basically default interface. That's a default. You can choose default VPC will basically comes in this picture here, and the default subnet here comes. But if you want to attach the new particular VPC, you should create, and you can also assign from here. So this basically this is all about the networking part. The external disk, if you want to attach, if you want to attach to more disks, also you can do that. So this is also giving the facility that's a you can attach the external hard drive. It's like it's a disk in a cloud. The next one is the security section. So security section, if you want to turn all basically your security configuration. So secure boot, turn on the VTM, turn on the integrity monitoring. So this basically security configuration that will see basically in detail of the securities. But yeah, this is basically gives the configuration while if you want to create a security configuration for your virtual machine. The SSH key, basically SSH key is basically required while you want to connect from your local system to this particular VM. So let's give the one small example for the test as a SSH. Okay, the management part. Okay, so basically this is basically you have to attach your SSH key, and since we don't have a SSH key format, we could not attach here, but yeah, we can create our SSH locally, and that we have to paste here. So if you want to create SSH, you have to simply use the RSA command, which used for the SSH key generation. So here we don't have any SSH key, that's why we are skipping this point. Okay, now let's move over the management part. So this basically deletion the reservation, automation and availability policy. So this is a deletion on the projection. So automatic create reservation. So if you want to create the deletion protection, your instance deletion protection, if you want to enable, then you will not able to delete instance. So now we are going with the default one, but if you want to protect your instance, you can enable. So this will basically your enable your deletion. So directly won't be enable, directly won't be able to delete your instance once it's will created. So these are metadata configuration, availability policy. So these are basically configuration for your all VM. So let's move further to create our VM. Let me click here, create. So VM has been creating here. If you see the details here. So my first GCP VM is creating here. So if you see here, the create VM and boot my disk has been created here. So here you can see EC2 does not support on host machine terminate use their preamble. So that's basically configuration portion. But here you can see whatever it takes the inputs, and you can immediately see the notification. So this basically gives your clear picture what's basically these are doing. So if you have any issue, you can immediately catch the issue and you can resolve that. So my instance has been created here. You can see that this is the details. Basically, it's deployed and running. The name and where it's deployed. That's the zone details. The IP, internal and external IP. If you click here on the instance name, it will give the details, complete details of your instance. So what's your instance information, when it's created, the different configuration of networking. So we have given the default networks, the firewall, the boot disk, the preservation data. So all your configuration you can see here. If you want to stop, this is basically your instance permission, delete, stop, suspend, you can do that. And if you want to edit also, you can do here. So let's go back and see one more point here. So on the connect side, you can connect with the different option to your instance. So there is your GCP command also there you can use. If you want to use the SSH private key, you can use, and if you want to use the another SSH client, that also is. But here the very interesting part, you can directly open your browser and you can connect your machine. So let me click here. So this is very interesting and very quick. So this will connect to your instance, and no need your external kind of client. So this will basically very fast way to access your instance. So just simply it will click the SSH from your browser, and it will implicitly take your system access. See, you got your access. If you want to change your configuration, you can change your configuration. If you want to change your font size, you can do that. If you want to take more larger, you can take that. So you see here, if you take the admin, so now root access, if you see it's OS release, if you see this is the configuration of your instance. So basically you have deployed your instance, and now you have the complete access of your instance. Now whatever you want to do, you can configure. If you simply set your that DNS name, so you can also configure your DNS name. from here. So right now it's a Debian, it's taken the default one, but still you can configure. So this all about how we can create a VM, what's our configuration for VM, and how we can access that VM through the SSH, so we can configure for our application deploy. We will see some more configuration section in the coming section, and thank you for watching this video.